K-Pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, I think this Netflix release wins the title of most unique movie title of the year. But this one was directed by Maggie, Kang, and Applehans. It's brought to you by Sony Pictures Animation, the same studio that brought you both Spider-Verse movies and The Mitchells vs. the Machines recently. And it centers around the secret lives of the fictional K-pop group Hunter X, who are also demon hunters tasked with protecting humanity. They use their music and stage presence to build a magical barrier known as the Han Moon. This keeps the demons at bay. But our story escalates when a rival demon boy band, the Saja Boys, emerges, aiming to steal their fans and weaken the barrier, leading to a battle of K-pop idols. Now, I'll be honest with you, K-pop was never my genre. I've never gotten into K-pop. I'm not even really familiar with any K-pop groups in real life. I have a couple of friends who are into this music, and there are some bops out there. I'm just saying that I don't have the knowledge necessary to really talk about K-pop in detail. But of course, that's not what this video is about. This film, I found incredibly inventive. Once again, this studio has cranked out a wacky idea, and it's completely run with it. And I think the thing that's really going to hold this as one of the best animated movies of the year when it's all said and done, just how much energy is being thrown into everything. Right down to the voice acting, how these lines are delivered, what they're actually saying. The animation itself, which again goes without saying, this is similar style to the Spider-Verse and Mitchells vs. the Machines flicks. And for this story, this animation style works. The demons all have these really scary looking designs. The characters also have their over-the-top moments, especially when they're crying. But there's just so much inventiveness going on here. And I don't know about you guys, I can't help but say this part. Looking at these human characters, it almost looks like they were designed like Final Fantasy characters. Which again is a humongous video game throwback to a lot of you guys, especially if you owned a PlayStation 2. And speaking of energy, a movie that is centered around a musical duel, the soundtrack has to equal, if not better, the story that it's representing. And honestly, the soundtrack to me might be the show stealer. Which for a movie about K-pop artists and a rivaling boy band, they have to have show-stealing numbers for the entire runtime, basically. I feel like the few clips I've seen of K-pop concerts on my feed, there's a lot of energy that's being thrown into it, especially also from the fan base. And I really do appreciate that this movie recognizes how important the fans are in the K-pop culture. And they run with it. The atmosphere in this animation makes it feel so much more grandiose and spectacular. And I think the themes and messages this movie carries are also pretty resonant. Granted, I don't think that these are going to be groundbreaking messages that this movie is relating. You've probably seen these messages portrayed better in other movies before this. But I think they went about the familiar in a pretty unique way. One of the big issues that I do have with this movie and with the story as a whole, the liar reveal cliche does turn up. And yeah, it does have the annoying thing of like, okay, this person's revealed as a liar, but eventually her friends are going to come back to her. I'm not going to explicitly spoil what the lie is or what this person is trying to cover up, but I'll at least say that it was pretty inventive the way they went about presenting this cliche. And even though I did also mention that the dialogue had a lot of energy that was being put into the writing, there were times where I feel like the dialogue could be a tad bit repetitive, and this is, again, that's a nitpick from me. My big problem with this film is, why the hell am I not seeing this in the movie theater? Like, could you imagine seeing all these great images and all these colors blaring across a gigantic screen? Oh man, I really, really wish I got to see this in the theater. And I'm sure a lot of you guys agree with that sentiment. This movie is incredibly popular. Still a month after its release on Netflix, it's still holding the #1 position. I've gotten a fair amount of requests to review this movie, and I'm really glad I did. K-Pop Demon Hunters actually is standing as my favorite animated movie that I've seen so far in 2025. I think this should be a strong contender for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars once it's all said and done, just again, because of how much energy Sony Pictures is throwing into the proceedings. Which for a movie that's built a great reputation out of 2 phenomenal Spider-Verse movies, 2 of the best animated movies of all time in a lot of people's book, and a very fun romp in The Mitchells vs. the Machines, you can expect nothing less than greatness. And that's what K-Pop Demon Hunters is. Great. I'm going to give this film an A-. I highly encourage you guys. It should be one of the first results you get on Netflix when you log in. Let me know what you thought of K-Pop Demon Hunters. Did you guys love this movie as much as I did? Let me know all down there in the comments, and hit that subscribe button if you stumbled across this channel for the first time today, and hit that thumbs up as well. And this is a great community of geeks, film lovers, and entertainment lovers alike, and I'd love to have you guys join the party. Thank you so much again for those of you who have already joined me and continued your support of the channel. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.